second grade. How are you guys today? This is Miss Anderson. I am here for our second music lesson. I miss you guys a lot. I hope that you're doing good at home. Today we're going to start out with our hello song, which we usually do. So I want you guys to actually be singing with me so I'm not the only one singing in your house because that'd be weird. So I want you guys to actually sing with me. So if you have brothers or sisters, or if you have parents or aunts or uncles at home that you're with, they can always sing along too. Otherwise, if you're by yourself, you can sing along with me. But I want somebody singing with me, all right? So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. I'd like to say hello to you. I'm glad you're here today. We'll sing some songs and have a good time. The North Metro flag sway. Don't forget to give a smile and clap your hands today. We'll sing some songs and have a good time. The North Metro flag sway. Nice job. This time we're going to do the first part, and let's see if we remember some of these words. So the first part we're going to sing allegro. So take a second, see if you remember what allegro means. It means fast, right? So allegro means to sing or play fast. So fast like a cheetah or a race car or something like that. We're going to sing nice and fast. Then the second part, we're going to sing the opposite of allegro, which would be andante. Andante. So what does andante mean? It's the opposite of fast. It would be slow. So andante is nice and slow, like a tortoise or a turtle, all right? Okay, so we're gonna start out super fast. Very allegro. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. I'd like to say hello to you. I'm glad you're here today. We'll sing some songs and have a good time. The North Metro flag sway. Good job. Now this last part, we're gonna sing nice and slow andante. Don't forget to give a smile. 1, 2, ready, go. Don't forget to give a smile and clap your hands today. We'll sing some songs and have a good time. The North Metro flag sway. Nice job. Give me a high five. All right. Okay, so we're going to move on to what we were doing last week. So if you didn't watch the video last week, you can always go back and watch that. I know last week I kept saying that you guys are in Class Dojo. I know you guys aren't on Class Dojo. Second grade isn't. So if you want to watch the video again, I'm not sure how that works. You could go click on that link again. But anyway, I know you guys aren't on Class Dojo, so I just got that mixed up in my head. Okay, so last time we were talking about this book right here. M is for music, a musical alphabet. And we got all the way to letter D. Okay, so we had A, where was it? We had A for anthem, right? National anthem. We had B for the brass section, trumpets, trombones, all those. We had C for composer and conductor. We had D for drum major and dynamics. All right, so now we're going to start on E. So we're going to do this, and then I have one other thing we're going to do today. All right. So again, we're not going to get all the way to Z, but we're going to do a few more letters. So this is E. All right. Now E is for early music. Very long ago, medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque are 3 kinds you should know. Bravo, bravo. Okay, now I'm going to read this down here while I show you guys this. To most people, the term early music is used for European classical music, with the most familiar pieces written in the 1700s and 1800s. Early music includes 3 important periods: medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque. Baroque music sounds very full and is dramatic. Some of the instruments used to make early music were the harpsichord, lute, recorder, and harp. Have you ever heard of the music of Johann Sebastian Bach or Antonio Vivaldi? If so, then you have heard of early music. So this is early music. There is early music in other parts of the world too, but this is European early music for E. All right. F. F is for folk song, and we like to say it's the music of people. Which one shall we play? All right, so you probably know a lot lot of folk songs, so I'll just read this, and then if I need to add anything, I will. A folk song is a traditional song that belongs to the common folk music of a people or region. A folk song is often passed from person to person or region to region, so it is difficult to know where it began. It is typically about work, life, or love. Folk songs are important because they reflect how people see the world. Most often, they are easy to sing and play. So some of these that I'm going to list you might know. There are many folk songs we all know, such as Yankee Doodle, went to town riding on a pony, Skip to my Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, doo, 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 on top of Old Smoky, Alouette is a famous folk song from Canada. Some countries share folk songs. There are both American and Canadian verses to This Land is Your Land, which I think we sang this a little bit. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island. I like that one a lot. Do you know any folk songs from any other lands? So some of you might know folk songs from other countries that I might not know. So you could think of those. All right, so that was F. Now we are on G. The letter G is for guitar. You strum or play with picks. Guitar. Right here. You strum or play with picks. Some guitars have 12 strings. Others have just 6. So my guitar only has 6 strings. But I have seen and I have played guitars that have 12 strings, which are kind of cool. A guitar is a popular instrument in the United States. It is a flat-backed instrument with a long, fretted neck and usually has 6 or 12 strings that are played by plucking or strumming. There are many different types of guitars: electric guitar, bass guitar, acoustic guitar, steel guitar, and Hawaiian. So there's a lot of different kinds of guitars. The guitar as we know it today most likely originated in Spain as long ago as the early 1500s. Although it has gone through many changes, it still remains an important folk instrument in many countries. So, out of the list I just listed about the different guitars, electric guitar, bass guitar, acoustic guitar, steel guitar, or Hawaiian guitar, which one do you think this one cut? Which one do you think this one is? Is this one electric? No. It's not steel, it's not Hawaiian. It's just an acoustic guitar. That's what mine is, acoustic. Oh gosh, now this thing is broken. Okay. All right. Moving on. H. H is for harmony. It sounds very fine when 2 or more notes are played at a time. All right. So harmony is when 2 or more notes are played or sung at the same time. Harmony is when you hear 2 or more different pitches or tones playing at the same time. Harmony is what makes a melody sound more interesting. Have you ever heard a chord? A chord is when 3 or more different tones are played at the same time, and they are usually used to accompany a melody line. Chords are read vertically, which means up and down because the notes are stacked on top of each other. So you don't have to remember all of that, but when we're singing, I'll give you an example. Okay, so harmony, they're talking about chords. So when I play the Hello song, right? There's all those different notes, but they make up a chord, right? And they accompany the melody. I'd like to say hello to you, and then I switch it, and then it's a different chord. All right, so that's kind of what harmony is. All right, just a second. There we go. I fixed it. My guitar stand was being very finicky. Okay. I is for instrument. Which one will you play? When you join the band, you'll have fun every day. Practice makes perfect. We all know what instruments are, but I'm going to read this anyway. An instrument is anything used to make music. Instruments can be large and fancy, like a grand piano, or small and portable, like a harmonica. Instruments are grouped into families. The brass family, and I know we talked about all these families, so see if you can remember these. The brass family includes the trumpet, French horn, trombone, tuba, cornet, and baritone. Important members of the woodwind family are the flute, piccolo, clarinet, bassoon, English horn, oboe, and saxophone. The strings include violins, violas, cellos, and basses. Familiar, and also guitars. And there's other ones in each one of these families. Familiar members of the percussion family include the bass drum, snare drum, timpani, marimbas, xylophone, and cymbals. And there's a bunch of other percussion instruments as well. You can make your own instruments too. Find interesting things in your home and see what types of sounds they make. This is how some of the first instruments are created. So if you want to, you can experiment a little bit at home and try to make your own instrument. I've done that before. It's kind of fun. And I think we did that in class. We made our own maraca and drum with the balloons and then the corn kernels. So you've already made your own instrument. All right, we're just gonna do a couple more here. J. Now J is for jazz. It's a cool music style. It's a blend of our cultures and it makes us smile. There's Dixie and blues, there's big band and swing. Jazz started it all and that's why it's king. So jazz, well, I'll read here what it says. Right over here. Jazz is an important type of music in American history. When people from Africa were brought to America as slaves, they brought their music with them in the form of slave work songs and spirituals. In the 1800s, settlers from many places such as England, Scotland, and Germany came in to live in New Orleans, a U.S. city that has been shaped by French and Spanish culture and was also home to many African Americans. As these immigrants started making music with African American musicians, they blended their sounds to create what we now know today as jazz. Because of that, New Orleans is often referred to as the birthplace of jazz. Does anyone know what state New Orleans is in? New Orleans, Louisiana. So way down south in Louisiana. Some of the great jazz musicians include Louis Armstrong, Miles Davis, Billie Holiday, Duke Ellington, and Benny Goodman. So there's a lot of famous jazz artists. And jazz is kind of a cool thing. We might go into jazz a little bit more later, but not right now. All right, K. K is for keyboard. Do you see the keys? When you play with your hands, you tickle the ivories. Pianos, organs, harpsichords, synthesizers too. All are keyboards we can play. I will try, will you? The keyboard family includes familiar instruments such as the piano and organ. It also includes some not so familiar instruments like the harpsichord and synthesizer. These keyboard instruments are highly versatile because they can be used in many ways to provide interesting parts to bands and orchestras to play two at a time, as in a duet, or as a brilliant solo instrument. Long ago, most pianos had keys made out of ivory. Today, most are made out of synthetic materials. Can you play the piano? I know some of you can. Learning to play the piano provides good music knowledge for any future musician. All right, if you look right here too, let's see. I have my piano. I brought my piano home. That's my piano or my keyboard right there. There's 88 keys, including black and white keys. There's 88 keys on a piano. All right, we're gonna do, let's see how long these ones are. We'll do two more. Okay, so L. Right here. L. L is for lullaby, a lovely song for sleep. Shall we go to bed, my dear? Hush, don't make a peep. A lullaby is a beautiful, soft-sounding piece of music that is meant to be sung or listened to at night, especially when trying to fall asleep. The song is meant to lull somebody to sleep. One of the most well-known lullabies is Lullaby, written by Johannes Brahms. Many other lullabies begin as a song that a mother sang to a child and then was passed on through generations. Do you have a favorite lullaby? One lullaby I can think of right now is Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the bough breaks, the cradle will rock. Do you guys know that one? All right, last one we're going to get to M today. M. The letter M is melody. A tune is what we hear when music notes are played in line and flow into our ear. So a melody is a series of musical notes played from left to right in a musical line. That makes a musical tune. You read a melody line just like you read a sentence. Melody is also one of the 3 fundamentals of music: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Can you think of famous songs you remember? If you can, it's because you remember the melody. So melody would be the part of the song that you sing, the part of the song that you know. So rock-a-bye baby in the treetop, that's the melody part. So anyway, we're gonna leave some of this for next time. We're gonna start on N next time, all right? And we're gonna do just a few more. Okay, I have one more thing for us to do today. It's another clapping game. So last week we did Miss Mary Mac, 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 all dressed in black, 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 with silver buttons, 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 all down her back, back, back. She asked her mother, mother, mother for 50 cents, 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 to see the elephants, elephants, elephants jump over the fence, fence, fence. They jumped so high, 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 they touched the sky, 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 and didn't come back, back, back till the 4th of July, lie, lie. Do you guys remember that one? I hope that you guys found somebody that you could do that game with, because that was kind of a fun one. This one is called The Long-Legged Sailor, all right? And so I'm just going to sing the song first. And what I want you to do is I want you to take your hands on your lap here. I want you to keep a steady beat, all right? You can either do it on your lap or you can do it like this while I sing the song, and then I'll show you how the clapping game works. Okay, I'll clap up here. Well, I'll pat my lap so you can see where the beat is. All right, so it sounds like this. Have you ever, ever, ever in your long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife? So it's have you ever, ever, ever in your long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife? And then you go, no, I've never, never, never in my long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife. All right, now learning the song is the kind of the easy part. Now the hard part goes like this, because now we're going to do the clapping game, right? And you can do this with me as your virtual partner, or if you have somebody in the house that you can do it with, you can do it with that person too. So we start with our hands on our lap, okay? Have you, and now you're going to clap opposite hands with your partner. Ever, ever, ever in your long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife. All right, then you start over, right? You go, no, I've never, right? So I'm going to go slow again. No, I've never, never, never in my long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife. All right, so you're hitting your neighbors, you're clapping your neighbor's opposite hand. So if I'm pushing my right hand out, my neighbor is facing me, right? Just like we did Mary Mac, my neighbor is facing me, and they're going to clap my hand with their opposite hand, okay? If Lucy, there she is right there, if she had hands, or if she knew how to do this, I could use her as my partner, but she's not very helpful right now. But if you don't have a partner, that's okay. I can be your partner, all right? But you want to clap opposite hands. All right, so we're going to do that much again, and then I'm going to speed it up just a tiny bit, okay? Here we go. Ready? Have you ever, ever, ever in your long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife? No, I've never, never, never in my long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife. All right, this is where it gets fun. So now there's other verses, right? So instead of long-legged, you're going to say, short-legged. Okay, so, before long-legged, we were stretching our arms out, long-legged. When we do short-legged, even though these are our arms, we're gonna keep our arms nice and short. So we're gonna go, have you ever, ever, ever in your short-legged life seen a short-legged sailor with a short-legged wife? And then you go, no, I've never, never, never in my short-legged life seen a short-legged sailor with a short-legged wife. So you keep your hands in nice and tight. All right, then the next one is bow-legged. All right, so I'm gonna stand up for this one. So bow-legged, they want bent knees spread out. So actually, you can stay seated, but you're gonna spread your knees out just a little bit like this. So it's bow-legged, all right? And you're gonna do the same thing. Have you ever, ever, ever in your long-legged life seen a bow-legged? Oh, I did that wrong, because we're switching long-legged to bow-legged, right? Have you ever, ever, ever in your bow-legged life seen a bow-legged sailor with a bow-legged wife? No, I've never, never, never in my bow-legged life seen a bow-legged sailor with a bow-legged wife. Then we do knock-kneed. So you're gonna take your legs and you're gonna put your knees in together so they're touching and your feet are out. All right, knock-kneed, so like your knees are knocking, right? Have you ever, ever, ever in your knock-kneed life seen a knock-kneed sailor with a knock-kneed wife? No, I've never, never, never in my knock-kneed life seen a knock-kneed sailor with a knock-kneed wife. All right, then you can do other ones that you can do. I'm not going to go through all of them, but other ones you can do are one-legged. So you can stand up. You can do all of this standing up too. That's why I was going to stand up. So like bow-legged would be like this. Knock-kneed would be like this. You could do one-legged. And then no-legged. Okay, so one-legged would be like, have you ever, ever, ever in your one-legged life seen a one-legged sailor with a one-legged wife? All right, then you would say, no, I've never seen that. And then no-legged, you can do that one, but you can jump, all right, because it's no-legged. Have you ever, ever, ever in your no-legged life seen a no-legged sailor with a no-legged wife? So you can do that one standing up. All right, so that one no-legged, so you'd have to jump, and that one is probably the hardest one out of all of them. So I'm just gonna do a couple verses with you. So if you don't have a partner, you can be my partner. If you want to do this later with somebody in your family, you can definitely do that. So the order goes long-legged, and then it's short-legged, and then it's bow-legged, and then bow-legged, and then it's knock-kneed, and then one-legged, and then last one you jump. Okay, so no-legged. But we're not going to do all of those. I'm just going to do 2 verses. All right, and then you can take this and you can do it with a partner, okay? So here we go. Ready? Sing with me, and I want you to try to do the actions. Have you ever, ever, ever in your long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife? No, I've never, never, never in my long-legged life seen a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife. Have you ever, ever, ever in your short-legged life seen a short-legged sailor with a short-legged wife? No, I've never, never, never in my short-legged wife seen a short-legged sailor with a short-legged wife. And then you can go on. So what I like to do, just like Miss Mary Mack, is I like to start out slow, and then I like to speed up and speed up and speed up. All right, so have fun with it. I will be seeing you guys next week. Have an awesome week at home. Keep doing your online learning. I hear you guys are doing an awesome job at it. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. So I will see you next week, 2nd grade. Have a good week.